Alright guys, welcome back to the garage. Today, it's the following day from the previous video. I'm going to strip down the top end, because that's what I'm going to be using primarily to amalgamate the other engine when I get it. Normally I would start with a crankcase. We wouldn't be messing around with the gearbox from the crankcase back, but I mean, because of the damage, like we said before, I don't really, until I get another engine, I don't really want to be taking it apart if I don't have to. Because if I need to re-weld it back up, I'd rather have it all nice bolted intact, so that all I've got to do is put the part in and stitch it back up. So yeah, we're going to take the cam cover off, take the head off, take the cylinder off. We'll take the pistons off with the wrist pins, take the cams out, and we'll leave it there, I think. But I'm excited. Yeah, I'll fill you in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Now, I don't know, it's just me, but the entire day yesterday, it took me that long to take that head off. I mean, it was a pain in the ass. I mean, it must have been stuck on something. This is the fending culprit. It was stuck on the shaft. There was some sort of plastic cap or something. I don't know, but all I do know is it took me fucking 8 hours to get it off. But she's off now. So yeah, doesn't look too bad. I'm just trying to get the cylinder off now. That proves to be a bit tight as well. But yeah, we're making some progress. Found out that the only thing that at the minute doesn't work with this engine is the clutch. Doesn't seem to be engaging, but that could be just because it's not fully assembled, i.e. the clutch lever. There's like an entire shaft that goes in there. When you pull the clutch handle, that opens and closes the plates. So it could just be that the lever's not fully engaged, not holding the plates shut. But the gearbox spins and the engine, before I took it apart, did spin. So you know, it works mechanically. It works fine. It would have ran if we put some petrol and some electricity in there. But yeah, so get the cylinder off, get the pistons off. I might take the connecting rods off because I'm going to need them. Not if I need the. I need them if I'm doing 6 cylinders, aren't I? And I think we'll leave the disassembly there. I'm not really keen on taking the case off. I want to try and keep the gearbox and everything together because I've got zero experience with gearboxes. I will mess it up. Anyway, I'll see you later. Okay then, a few hours later, here we are. Head, barrels, connecting rods, pistons, and all the other magic that comes along with it. Didn't put up too much of a fight, if I'm honest, but it was a bit of a cock up on my part. So in the process of getting the connecting rod and the bottom end bearing pieces off the bottom of the connecting rods, I had a bit of trouble because the 1 and 4, the outer cylinders, they've got like a parting, like a webbing between the inners and outers, where obviously the top case and the bottom case mate, the bolts go through, and that's where it holds the crankshaft in. But that caused a bit of a problem, so I thought I'd have to take the casements apart to get it out. So as I've undone all the bolts, and as I undid all the bolts, as I was flipping it upside down, they fell out, obviously, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. So I thought, well, I've got half the bolts out, I might as well try and take the casement off. But it's a lot stiffer than I first thought. So all the bolts are out, and I couldn't think what else would be holding it back. Like I've tried everything, tried giving it a bit of force, a bit of oil around the seams, trying to split it. Can't really think what's going on. And then I thought obviously there might be something behind the clutch basket, joining them together, because obviously this is where this is a horizontal line around the case, and the shaft of the clutch basket goes straight through that. So there might be some clamps either side of the clutch basket. So trying to undo this center basket piece here. I can't remember what it's called. But the nut on the inside, god damn, I've never seen anything so tight. I've been sat here, my feet up on the top of the case, trying to wrench it apart. Obviously, like jamming the output shaft. I've been clamping the output shaft and trying to undo it, and I just can't do it. It's beating me. Obviously, I'm too weak or something. But there we go. But it's not really a big deal because I've gotten all of the con rods out, which is what I wanted, like as far down as I wanted to destruct it. Because ultimately, I'm going to get another one. And this case, anyway, like we said, shot by my own failings. I mean, I had it clamped like that, like the clutch plates would be, but on two of them I thought, you know, two would be enough to hold the force, but clearly not, and it's completely sheared the two forks off. I thought I had it, but then I looked down and I seen part of the basket on the floor, so obviously not. But yeah, like I said, no, it's not a big deal, guys. I mean, we're gonna get another one. I'll just ensure that I don't really care about the state of the top end, as long as, you know, it's functional. I don't really care what it looks like, but as long as the bottom end of the next engine we get is in good nick, you know, all the gears work, and you know, there's nothing chips. I mean, chips aren't a big deal, we can weld them up, but as long as the gears work, like the gearbox and the clutch box, the clutch basket, and all the associated gibbons are in good nick, we should be all right. But yeah, that's as far as I'm going to go with that. Next step, until I get enough funds to purchase the Nova engine, will probably be just cleaning up the rest. So we'll clean up all the pieces in the basket. I'll use the lathe with a bit of a brush in, and we'll just touch them up, get them clean. We can start with well, we can't really start welding anything, like cutting and welding. We need to have the two cases made up, because you've got to start bottom up. I can't really, you know, start chopping the heads and putting them together, because you want to mate the cylinder heads when you put them in as a 6 to like the engine, the casement, so it's all a line from one datum. And I want the datum to be the case, because if the heads are askew, they're not going to fit. Not only are they not going to fit on the mounting bolts, but they won't be on the center line for the pistons. So the pistons will be going on a skew, which won't be good. There'll be unwanted stresses on the connecting rods in the crankshaft, and it won't last long at all. So really, I'm not going to be doing any cutting and welding of pieces together until we've got the Nova casement and like the other cases. And I've had a mind fight now. Yeah, we need another case, because we need to add a cylinder on each side of the case. We're not going to be messing around the gearbox. That's fine. We just need to add like a cylinder there and a cylinder there. So yeah, that's the first cutting and welding. We'll be adding another cylinder on, and as you can see, we're going to have to kind of, so you see how they don't join up at all. We're going to have to manufacture that ourselves into here. But it'll be interesting. I'm gonna look forward to it. But yeah, another engine, that's what we need next. See you later, guys. Alright guys, change of heart. I've been doing a bit of deliberation, and I realised that I will need to split the crankcases. Some of you might have already realised that, but the reason I need to split them is because when we're adding a cylinder either side, we're not going to be doing it as an entire top and bottom case. We'll be doing it bottom and then top independently. So the case is going to need splitting, and I am convinced that I do need to take that clutch basket off. And I know there is an actual tool for that. I don't know why I didn't just like wait and buy it. but it doesn't matter. I can take it off, and we only need to replace a basket, which the other one will have. But yeah, it's just more faffing around that I've made for myself. But anyway, I'll get the tool. We'll take the basket off. Once we've got the basket off, I can identify what bolts are causing me troubles, because I'm sure there's some bolts underneath there that are, joining the cases together. There is a bit of movement in the case, but not a lot at all. Other than that, everything's apart. I even went so far as to take these little oil plugs off here, which basically go. Oh, you ain't gonna be able to see, are you? Well, you might be. They go straight through, and the output and the filter for the pump are on the same axis. So I can only assume that that's like a big oil gallery that takes up like transients when you step on the throttle. There's not like a starvation of oil for a second. But anyway, yeah, that's what we'll do.